So welcome back, students. Welcome back to the next video of our series. In this series, this is a continuation lecture from the topic Newton's laws of motion, and in this topic, in this present lecture, we will discuss about motion in an inclined plane. Very important concept. Motion on an inclined plane, and also some good quality questions on inclined plane and pulley block system. Let us see this inclined plane. You might have known about inclined plane. Inclined plane, this is a plane which looks like this. Like in childhood, we used to climb. We used to climb on a slope in the park. We used to slide down. So inclined planes looks in this way, where the blocks or a man can slide depending upon the friction and forces and angle and all. Let us see some basic inclined plane, how to resolve the forces and how to solve this kind of problems. What happens on an inclined plane? So first thing is, here I am considering an inclined plane which is fixed to the ground and the block has a mass m. I need to draw the free body diagram. Before drawing, this inclined plane has an angle theta. Inclined plane has an angle theta. If we draw free body diagram to this surface is in contact with the inclined plane. So this surface will push the block perpendicular to the surface. There will be a normal reaction which is exactly perpendicular to the surface. And gravity will pull this block in which direction? Exactly, will act on the center towards the ground, mg. If this is theta, if you observe this is 90 degrees and this will become 90 minus theta. Very carefully you need to understand. This will become 90 minus theta. Then if that becomes 90 minus theta perpendicular to the plane, let us draw this line which is perpendicular to this plane. So this is perpendicular to the plane means this entire angle will become 90 degrees. So this will become theta. It is perpendicular to the surface and this theta plus 90 minus theta will again become 90. So then now what will happen? Along the surface, perpendicular to the surface, there will not be any motion of this block. Here I am considering this surface to be smooth. In friction, we will have friction also acting on the block. As of now, we will consider only smooth surface. So what will happen? There will not be any motion perpendicular to the inclined plane, that is in this direction. That means net force in the perpendicular direction to the inclined plane should be 0. That means I will resolve this mg force in two components, which is perpendicular to the inclined plane and also parallel to the inclined plane, to make my problem much more easier. So what will be this component of mg in the direction of perpendicular to the inclined plane? This is the direction perpendicular to the inclined plane. So mg and this is theta. So this becomes, according to resolution, this will become mg cos theta. If you know a triangle like this, triangular force, so this is r, this is theta. If r should be resolved in this direction, this will become r cos theta. If r is resolved in vertical direction, that will become r sin theta. So cos theta is equal to x by r. The x is equal to r cos theta. From that concept, this will become mg cos theta resolving. So what will be the force in this direction? This is x component, and the force in this direction will be y component, that is mg sin theta. So this mg cos theta will be perpendicular to the inclined plane. So because there is no vertical motion in perpendicular to the inclined plane, that n minus mg cos theta should be equal to 0. That implies n is equal to mg cos theta. So the normal reaction for the given diagram is mg cos theta. Similarly, unbalanced force. What is unbalanced force here? There is no upward force along the inclined plane here. So the unbalanced force is mg sin theta. F unbalanced here, that is mg sin theta. So acceleration of the block along the inclined plane will become net unbalanced force divided by net force, external force, by mass m, that is mg sin theta divided by m, that is equal to g sin theta along the inclined plane in the downward direction. This is a very important concept. Downward direction. So you can revise this concept. What did I do? I drew the free body diagram. There will be normal reaction perpendicular to the block. There will be mg acting exactly in the downward direction. Because u kept inclined plane, that doesn't mean gravity will act differently. Gravity will act in the vertically downward direction. So this mg can be resolved. This is theta. This will become 90 minus theta, and this will become theta. So this mg can be resolved in two components. One is perpendicular to the inclined plane and the other is parallel to the inclined plane. Perpendicular to the inclined plane is mg cos theta. Because there is no vertical motion in perpendicular to the inclined plane, that there should not be any unbalanced force perpendicular to the inclined plane. That is n minus mg cos theta should be equal to 0. That is n is equal to mg cos theta. Parallel to the inclined plane, there is another unresolved force. After resolving, there will be mg sin cos of 90 minus theta, that is sin theta. Mg sin theta parallel to the inclined plane. Here, which is an unbalanced force. So that acceleration should be equal to unbalanced force by mass m. Mg sin theta by mass m. G sin theta along the inclined plane in the downward direction. This is a very important concept. 5-star concept. The number of times this resolution will be used and different inclined planes will be used to solve the problems. So let us go and solve some of the problems on this concept. Let us solve this question. Find the acceleration of the blocks in the given arrangement. So in these questions, first important point is we need to draw free body diagrams so that we can solve the problems easily and draw the equations for them and then solve the problem. So for 10 kg block, similar to the concept that I taught before, there will be 10g which is acting downwards. I'm drawing free body diagram here itself. So here, if this is theta, this is 90 minus theta, this will become theta, that is 37 degrees. 10g cos 37 in this direction, and there will be normal reaction due to the surface pushing on the block perpendicular to the block and the surface, and there will be a force, unbalanced force along the inclined plane, that is due to gravity. 10g sin 37, the same concept that applied in the previous system. Here consider the inclined plane is fixed here, and the inclined plane is smooth inclined plane. Otherwise, the friction also will come into the picture. So if you see the free body diagram of 10 kg, there will be another force, tension here acting in the upward direction. Cut it and pull it. It will be in the upward direction. Because it is a continuous string and there is no mass in between them. Pulley is ideal pulley. We'll consider in this topic the pulley is ideal. And if it is ideal, the tension will remain same throughout this continuous one string. So if you cut it and pull it, the tension will be T throughout this string. So if we try to solve the free body diagram of this 10 kg block, n minus 10g cos 37 is equal to 0 because there is no vertical motion perpendicular to the inclined plane. That means n is equal to 10g cos 37. Cos 37 is 4 by 5. 5 2s are. The answer is 8g. That means 80 newtons. Then along the inclined plane, 10g sin 37, if I consider this 10 kg block going downwards with an acceleration a, 6 kg block will go upwards with an acceleration a. Or you might ask me, sir, why can't we consider 6 kg block going down and 10 kg block going up? Yes, you might consider. But if you whatever the direction you have taken is wrong, your answer will come to be negative. That means it is conveying that whatever the direction you have taken, the resultant acceleration is coming in the opposite direction to the direction that you have taken. Here I have taken as acceleration in this direction. That means 10g sin 37 minus tension is equal to mass, that is 10 into acceleration along that inclined plane downwards. Then this tension T upwards minus 6g is equal to 6 into acceleration in the upward direction. So if we solve this equation, T will be cancelled. 10g sin 37 is 3 by 5 minus 6g is equal to 16a. In this case, you see wonderfully 5 2s are. This is 6g minus 6z, that is 0, is equal to 16a. That implies acceleration of the blocks is 0. That means the system remains in equilibrium. There will not be any acceleration of 10 kg block is also 0, and acceleration of 6 kg block is also 0. Entire forces are balanced and it is not accelerating. The blocks are, in this situation, the blocks are not accelerating. So if we solve another problem, let us solve this next question. So here an inclined plane is given which is smooth, which is fixed also, and smooth inclined plane. We need to find out the acceleration of the blocks and also tension force in the string. Here it is a connected string and the continuous string, and without any mass in between them. So then the tension will remain same throughout this continuous string. So if we draw the free body diagram of this 10 kg block, again to the similar way in the previous questions, there will be 10g acting in vertically downward direction, gravity. This is 53. This will also become 53 degrees. This will become 37 degrees. The answer here, perpendicular to the inclined plane, this will be 10g cos 53, and parallel to the inclined plane there will be 10g sin 53. That is okay. Then there will be normal reaction due to the inclined plane on the block. Then there will be tension due to this string, cutting and pulling it. So if we solve this block, the answer will be, there will not be any motion perpendicular to this inclined plane. That means n minus 10g cos 53 should be equal to 0. Mass into acceleration in that direction should be 0. That means n is equal to 10g cos 53. 10g cos 53 is how much? 3 by 5. 5 2s are 10. 6g, that is 60 newtons. But it is not required in this question, but I solved. This n is equal to 60 newtons. And if you want to find out acceleration, I am assuming this is going downwards with an acceleration a, and if the string is going along the inclined plane with an acceleration a, this string will go upwards with an acceleration a. The directions are different, but magnitude will be same, because the string cannot get extended by itself. How much ever distance that this string will travel, similarly the same distance this string will travel in the upward direction. So the acceleration magnitudes will remain same. So along the inclined plane, if we draw the equations for this 4 kg block also, 4 kg block also, there will be tension in the upward direction, force in the downward direction, and acceleration upward direction. So if you draw the equations for these two blocks, 10g sine 53 minus tension, that is equal to 10 into a in the acceleration in the direction of 10g sine 53, and t minus 4g, that should be equal to 4 into acceleration a. T will be cancelled. 10g sine 53, sine 53 is how much? 4 by 5 minus 4g is equal to 14 into a. So this is 5 2s are 8g minus 4g, that is 4g is equal to 14a. That implies a is equal to 2g by 7 meter per second square. This is the acceleration of the two blocks, one along the inclined plane in downward direction 10 kg block, and one vertically upward direction of 4 kg block with an acceleration 2g by 7 meter per second square. And the second part, this is the first part answer, and the second part of the question is tension force in the string. So to get tension force in the string, we can substitute, this is first part, and the second part, we can substitute this acceleration in second equation or first equation, we'll get the answer. So substituting this acceleration in second equation, t minus 4g is equal to 4 into acceleration, that is 2g by 7. Tension will be equal to 4g plus 4 into 2g by 7. That means if we take 4g to be common here, 1 plus 2 by 7, 7 plus 2, 9 by 7, that is 4g into 9 by 7. The answer is 36g by 7 will be the tension. 36g by 7 newtons is the tension force in the string. This is a good quality question. Let us solve problems of this sort, high quality problems, so that you will become perfect in finding out how to find out the free body diagram of the given system, and also how to find out motion along the inclined plane, on the inclined plane, what are the acceleration of the blocks, and also what are the tensions in the strings, in the pulley arrangement also. Let us solve the next question, students. Calculate the tension in the string shown in the figure. The pulley and the string are light and all surfaces are frictionless. Pulley and string are light means he is assuming that they are ideal, pulley and ideal string. So surfaces are frictionless, that means the surface is smooth. If we draw the free body diagram for these two blocks, 1 kg block will be having 1g downward direction and tension in the upward direction. Cut it and pull it. Then this is a connected continuous string. You see, entire string. Connected continuous string. This is a connected continuous string. So because it's a connected and continuous string, the tension and its ideal string, the tension in the string will be constant throughout the string. So take another 1 kg block which is on this horizontal floor, and the free body diagram for it is 1g downwards, normal upwards. That normal should be equal to 1g because it is not moving perpendicular to the surface, and there is a tension. Cut it and pull it in the left side direction, and this tension will be same because it is only one string which is connected and continuous. If we if I'm assuming this is going downward with an acceleration a, this should go in the left side direction with an acceleration a because the string is connected and it is continuous and only one string. How much ever the distance this 1 kg block will go down, same distance this 1 kg block will go in the left side direction. And if we solve these two equations, 1g minus t is equal to 1a, and the other equation t is equal to 1 into a. And if we solve this both equations, t will be cancelled, adding both equations. G is equal to 2a, that implies a is equal to g by 2 meter per second square, that is 5 meter per second square is the acceleration of the two blocks. This is another question, quality question. Let us go to the next question. Students, this question is highly important in the sense, from this question I will teach you another important wonderful point. If you know this point and whatever the points I taught you till now, you can solve any kind of pulley problems in this topic. What is that point I'm going to teach here? You carefully see it. Read the question first. In the previous video I mentioned there will be another important point that I'll convey you in the next lecture, and this point I will convey in this question. Consider the situation shown in figure. Both the pulleys and the string are light and all the surfaces are frictionless. Find the acceleration of the mass capital M. Okay, this acceleration is how much? Find the tension in the string. Calculate the force exerted by the clamp on the pulley A in the figure. Calculating the clamp, we have already studied it from the previous questions. The net force on the pulley should be 0. Then we can find out this clamp exerting force. Then find the tension in the string. So let us see, and the acceleration of the mass. So here important thing is, very important thing is, till now whatever the question we are seeing, there will be one connected string, and if one block is going upward with an acceleration A, other block should go downward with the acceleration A. The entire acceleration is also same throughout the string because there's only one string there. But here you have two strings in this question. This is one string and this is other string. This string I'll show you in the diagram. This is one string, connected string, and this is another string. There are two strings here. So will the two blocks will have the same acceleration? No. There's one technique I'll teach you here to find out the relation between these two accelerations. What is the technique? You see here. Suppose, from basic understanding, in common sense, but never use common sense, but just I'll try to convey you. Suppose this block is going downwards, assume, suppose x distance. So this string should also go x distance. If this is going in x direction, if this pulley is going in x direction, x distance in the forward direction, so what will happen? There will be two parts here. Carefully see. For it to move x distance, there will be x by 2 which is lost from this string, and there will be x by 2 which is lost from the other two strings. That x is divided in among these two strings here. That means this pulley will only go in the forward direction by x by 2, and this block will go forward in the direction x by 2. That means because the same x distance has come from two strings here in this pulley, two strings will equally supply this x distance, that x by 2 and x by 2, and it will be equal to x. That means this pulley will go forward in only x by 2 distance. That is, this 2m block will go forward in only x by 2 distance, which conveys this m blocks goes x distance down. This 2m block goes with x by 2 distance forward by x by distance. If m block has a velocity v, this 2m block will have a velocity v by 2. If m block has an acceleration a, this 2m blocks will have an acceleration a by 2. This is one important high quality point that you need to get applied when different multiple strings are there in this constrained motion problems in pulley systems and all. There's another way to find out this relation between both the things. 2m block, what is the acceleration we got? A by 2, which is half of acceleration of m block, isn't it? From the concept that I taught you now. There's another way to it. You remember one important thing. That important thing is work done by tension force, because work done we'll study in the next concept, next topic of work per energy. But still, from your basic high school concept of work finding out, we can solve this problem very easily. Work done by tension force on all blocks on this in the system should be equal to 0. If we note this point, work done by tension force on all the blocks in the given system should be equal to 0. So one technique we found it out, this relation. I'll use the other technique now, which will be helpful. Instead of finding out losing the string and then finding out the relation, the technique which I am going to teach here will be definitely useful, and you can relate both the things very easily. So here, if I consider a tension T here, so this string is a connected string, tension will be T, and this string is a connected string, this will be same string. So there will be tension T. If this is T and this is T, so the tension here will become 2T. We have learned this from the previous questions. The net force on the pulley should be 0. There will be T and T in the right side direction, and the T dash in this direction. The T dash should be equal to 2T, so that net force on the pulley will become 0. So now, this T block, I am going to write the work done. So this M block, I am assuming it is going downwards. So tension is upwards. So T minus x1, I am considering the distance to be x1. I am considering this 2m blocks to go by x2 distance. So T work done is what? Force into displacement into Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta is the work done. Force is the work done formula for a constant force. Here tension is a constant force. Tension into displacement is how much? x1 into cos theta, because block is going downwards and tension is upwards. The cos 180, that is equal to minus 1, Tx1 plus Tx1 plus 2T on the other block. 2T into 2T is in the forward direction, and displacement x2 is also in the forward direction. So x2 into cos 0, that is 1. That should be equal to 0. So Tx1 minus Tx1 plus 2Tx2 is equal to 0. So 2Tx2 is equal to Tx1. So T cancel. 2x2 is equal to x1. If we differentiate it, 2v2 is equal to v1. If we again differentiate it, 2a2 is equal to a1. You carefully see, 2 times of acceleration of second block, 2m block, should be equal to here acceleration of a1. See, if we consider this is a, that is 2 times of a by 2, isn't it? 2m block. This is a1, this is a2. So a1 is equal to 2a2. Again, we got the same conclusion by using this work and energy concept. Work done by tension force on all blocks in the system is 0. This note point, you write it as a note point, 5-star point. Then you will be able to solve any problems containing two strings, multiple strings in this constrained motion. So let us solve this problem. After noting this point down, I'll solve the present problem. This is the only point that I wanted to teach you. A very, very important point. I'll solve the problem. So now, drawing the free body diagram, M block is there. There is a tension in the upward direction, mg in the downward direction, acceleration in downward direction, A1 I am considering it as A1. Similarly, for 2m block on the surface, 2mg normal reaction, that n is equal to 2mg because it is not moving in the vertically direction perpendicular to the surface. The net force in the vertical direction should be 0. That is not of prime importance in this question, that the normal direction is 2mg. The surfaces are smooth here. There is a cut it and pull it out, there will be 2T tension here. If this is T, this should become 2T, and this is 2m block. If I draw the equations for it, and it should be going forward direction in an acceleration A2. If I draw the equations for it, mg, it is going downwards, so bigger force will be mg. Mg minus T is equal to ma1, and T is equal to 2T is equal to 2m A2. But we know another equation. This is one equation. This is equation number 2. This is equation number 3. Substituting equation number 1 in the 2, in third equation, what can we get? Mg minus T is equal to ma1 is first equation, and substituting one result, a1 is equal to a2 in third equation. So 2T is equal to 2m into a2 can be written as a1 by 2, or a1 can be written as 2a2. I am writing it as a1 can be written as 2a2. This can be substituted with this equation 2a2. So that solving the equation here. So I am multiplying with 2 times this entire equation with 2 times, so the tension will be cancelled out here, and adding out. So 2T minus 2T will be 0 here, and 2mg plus 0, tension 2T minus 2T plus 2T get got cancelled out, is equal to this is 2ma2 into another 2 multiplied, entire equation is multiplied with 2. That means 2 to the 4ma2 plus 2ma2 is 6ma2 is equal to 2mg, 2 3 0 m cancel. That means a2 is equal to g by 3 meter per second square. If a2 is g by 3 meter per second square, a1 will be 2 times of a2 from this equation, that is equal to 2g by 3 meter per second square. So a1 we got and a2 we got, acceleration of the two blocks. So from the question asked is find the acceleration of the mass m. This mass m, I considered it to be going with an acceleration a1. So the answer is, for first option, first question A, answer is 2g by 3 downwards. That's awesome. Then let us see the next question. Find the tension in the string. So to find out the tension, I'll use the equation. Substitute this a1 or a2 in the third equation here. 2T is equal to 2ma2. 2T is equal to 2ma2. A2 I got it as g by 3. 2 cancel. That is tension is equal to mg by 3. newtons. Tension in the string. The other important question here is calculate the force exerted by the clamp on the pulley. So you carefully see here. I am erasing these things. There is this string is connected to this rod clamp here, this rod. But the question asked is calculate the force exerted by the clamp on the pulley, just on the pulley. Not the force exerted on the clamp, just clamp on the pulley. So pulley, there is a tension in this direction T, and there is a tension in this direction T, pulling downwards and pulling in the left side direction. Net force should be 0, the way we solved in the previous questions. Pulley T in this direction, and this is clamp, and T in this direction. And there's another string here. This is connected to this clamp, not to the pulley. So clamp exerting only on the pulley. So T and T are connected to this pulley. So the resultant will be root over T square plus T square, and both of them are at an angle 90. So root 2T is the net force exerted by this pulley by the clamp on the pulley to make the net force to be 0. So that is root 2 into T is what? mg by 3. That is force exerted by the clamp on the pulley. This is a quality question, because in this acceleration we found out if there are multiple strings connected and complex pulley arrangement we solved, and then we found out tension, and we used the technique of finding out the net force on the pulley to be 0, finding out the force exerted by the clamp on the pulley also. So this is a high quality question. You can revise this. The answers are 2g by 3 downwards for A. Find the tension in the string is mg by 3, and calculate the force exerted by the clamp on the pulley is root 2T, that is root 2 mg by 3. B is mg by 3. C option is root 2 mg by 3. This is a quality question. That's all for this lecture. Thank you. I hope you have understood these concepts. We will see pseudo force in the next class, next series, next lecture of this series.